I reported aboard USS Dupont in my dress blues, like 0500. The Greyhound bus pulled in down at downtown Norfolk at the station there about 3. There was an all-night breakfast place. I had some breakfast and went and checked aboard ship, went and found it. I didn't know much about the Navy other than what my father told me, and the Dupont was down at the end of a pier, and I had to walk down past a couple of big gator ships. I don't remember LSTs or what LSDs. It was the destroyer piers in Norfolk, so it probably LPHs and the like. Anyway, I check aboard, and the officer of the deck takes my orders and logs me in and says, well, it's going to be reveille here in about 15-20 minutes. Once you go ahead and get settled down, you can leave your sea bag here. And hell, I went and had a second breakfast. And I don't recall what all happened that day, but then they stuck me in supply berthing, which was a berthing shore of the deck berthing. There wasn't a space in deck. So I was in the top bunk in supply berthing with low overhead pipes. And that next morning, BM2 Watson came right about the time they sounded reveille and said, "Get up, it's turn 2. I said, "Turn 2? What the hell's turn 2? He said, "That's Navy for it's time to go to work, son." I said, "Oh, shit." Watson had already done a life's term, and he was waiting on parole or something. I don't know. He always had a bottle of gin with him, and that was the Navy I joined. Pot was popular amongst a lot of the junior Navy guys. I can't speak for the upper echelon. I was a seaman apprentice. But I tell you what, I learned how to take a Navy issue black pen, take it apart and put it back together in the shape of a hash pipe on a Navy destroyer. Now, if that's upsetting to some of you guys, that Navy went through that. And then they came out with drug testing and all that. And I know there's some old timers out there don't want to hear that. But there was a period, it was after Nam, it was 1981. A lot of the racial issues had been heated for years and decades. We're trying to settle down a little bit in the civilian world. Things were changing. Vietnam War was starting to fade. Not to the guys that were there. That never will fade. And I'm sorry if anything I did bothered you guys. I swear I had to let that stuff out. Right? I had to start feeling normal so I could share my stories. And that's all this is. This ain't some conspiracy or weird shit like that. It's just some old guy who's going through the change of life, and all them old memories are popping up in his head, and I'm putting them down and putting them on this video and sharing them with you and my family. And I met some good people on the Dupont, some men that helped mold me. I was an aimless young man who had been involved with the police, had a less than normal upbringing, and the Navy helped make me. It helped make me into a better person, or helped bring out the decent person that I am. And it gave me camaraderie, not to mention the food. I ate so much in basic training that I stood with stomach cramps. My face got fat from eating so much. I never ate so well in my life, and I don't know what that's saying if you ever tasted Navy food. But second breakfast was all right with me that morning. And welcome to the Navy, son. I thought them life rafts were depth charges up there, but that was my father's time. All right, well, that's the start of my Navy career on the Dupont. We went on a Caribbean, I think, and then a Med. I had to leave my family in Illinois, because the ship was just about to get underway that I got on the Dupont. It made that cruise, came back, and then went on a Med. So it had to be after that Med before I could get together with my family. And that was like 9, 10, 11, 12 months that they had to spend with in-laws. And that couldn't be helped. I'm so sorry that I missed them years, but that couldn't be helped, and that's part of a sailor's life as well. If you're thinking about the Navy, try to go in single is what I say. It's good single. Damn. All right, that's enough for now.